So here I'm literally just, moisturizing my dry face with my favorite Sephora moisturizer because it's really good for my dry skin. I got some dry skin. You gotta make sure you speed it up because y'all not interested in watching all that. But yeah, just doing all that. So, your girl dry. She real dry. So after, you make funny faces and you still get to know because you're like, hey, yes, moisturizer. You go ahead and use your charged water to moisturize your face even more, hydrate your skin. Good skin calls for good makeup, even though I'm breaking out. But yeah, so I have a really big pores around my nose area, my inner cheeks, and yeah, like my cheek area is super visible. Like when I say they're super visible, they're super visible. So I'm just gonna use my Benefit Professional just to target the areas where my pores look like the craters. Oil likes to seep through there. And we're just doing that. Okay, so at this point I was conflicted and I didn't know whether I wanted to use the Makeup Forever liquid foundation or the stick foundation because the liquid's a little bit more tan than me, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go with the stick. So I'm just gonna strap my face with some good foundation. If you guys have any other recommendations for like foundations that I want to try for for dry skin, then just please comment them down below. I would love to know. So then I'm going in with my Real Techniques buffing brush and I'm just gonna go ahead and buff that all over my face. You know that. Yeah. Alright, so then I'm gonna go ahead with my beauty blender and some charged water just to dampen it up because I was too lazy to go to a faucet. So I was like, let me improvise real quick. So after we dampen our beauty blender really good with the charged water, I like to go in with my Josie Marin Argan Enlightenment Illuminizer. I don't know if I said that right, but yeah. I like to go on with that. Reason being is because I like to glow. Okay, you guys, I like to seriously glow. So I like to put that right on top of my foundation. Since my foundation is a wet surface, it kind of blends easier versus putting something that's creamy on top of a powder where it'll just make your powder look super patchy. But yeah, so I put that on all the high points of my face where I would normally, highlight. You would put that on the temples where a light usually hits, on the bridge of your nose, on top of your cupid's bow, the high points of your cheeks, so you glow like a disco ball. Boo boo. And on top of that, you guys, you can wear this beautiful product when you decide to have those days where you don't want to wear makeup but you want to look bomb and still glow to the gods. That's what I like to do. Brows, eyelashes, and a pretty natural glow. That's the way to go on lazy days. You know what I'm saying? We all have those days, girls. It's okay. We can still look bomb with no makeup. So then we're going into contour and color correcting. So I'm going into the coral color that's in my Anastasia cream contour kit in medium, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put that on my desired places where I have dark pigmentations. That's around my eye socket area. I have some darkness on the rims of my mouth, and I have some on my acne scars on my chinny. So once you go in with your concealer, everything just, you know, blends better. It looks more even toned, so you don't have those dark circles peeking under your foundation or concealer, where sometimes it can look green, you know, have an ashy color, all of that stuff. So it's best just to color correct to get rid of the problem. But that's a optional step if you want to, you know. So then here I'm going in with my NARS concealer in Custard. And then I'm going with my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. So I'm just going to apply my concealer where I, you know, color correct it, because you're not going to go ahead and put powder over orange spots, are we now? No. So I'm going to go ahead and put my Custard NARS concealer first, just to cover up the areas that we color corrected in. And then just for a more brightened effect, I'm going with my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. That was my first time trying it, and I might say I didn't like the smell. That's one thing. It smelled like paint. I didn't appreciate that. So then here I'm just blending everything out with the other side of my Morphe brush. I like to do patting motions, because instead of rubbing it around your face, it's gonna shear out your product, and versus you smearing it all over your face, patting it, it's gonna keep the product there, and it's not gonna disrupt the foundation underneath. So it's best to pat it in and just smooth out edges with a really light, feathery kind of motion. Just like sweep it. And yeah, that's what I like to do, because I'm a full coverage gal. You know what I'm saying? So here we're moving on to contouring, and then I'm just using the middle shade of my cream contour kit, and I'm going to be using one of my nice MAC buffing brushes to apply it with. And what I like to do is I like to do it in the hollows of my cheek, because I feel like my cheek area is very spacious, you know, there's just a lot of space. So I like to trim it up a little bit. I like to do my forehead, you know, my chin, and you know, that fat nose that I got going on there. That fat nose gotta slim down. It's gotta go. So we're gonna contour to make it look like I can't breathe. I don't know about you guys, but I can definitely tell a difference in my face when I contour. Like, there's just so much dimension brought back to my face, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So then after I contour my face, I'm going in with my MAC Oh Darling highlighter. So I'm going to place that right on top of my wet concealer, foundation, and contour, because you guys know I like to glow. So of course a highlighter pops more when it's wet. So I'm going to put that right on top of there, just so I can glow. So Pluto and Venus and Jupiter and all of them can see me from down here, boo. So to set wherever I concealed and highlighted, I'm going to use my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, and I'm just going to place that just in the areas where we highlight. And I actually stopped that technique baking, because honestly it was just a wasting product, and I have dry skin, so it just dried me out even more. So I just kind of just literally press it where I need it and then just dust it off. So then here, all I'm doing is taking my second Laura Mercier powder, and that one is in a universal powder. It's translucent, so I'm just going to use that to set my entire face. And then here I'm just going in with my Hoola bronzer and another Morphe brush, and this is literally just to bronze my face. I just want to put a little bit more definition there. We're not necessarily powder contouring at the moment yet. We're just bronzing it up, giving my skin a little bit more color, because in all reality, I wish I was tan. I'm pale as a vampire, so we're just gonna fake it till we make it. I drew on my eyebrows off camera because my camera died. But to start off my eyes, I'm using my MAC Prep and Prime 24-hour extended eye base. What I love about this, it goes on really smooth and there's no color to it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm using a nice big shader brush from MAC, and I'm going to be using that to place color on our lids. So I'm going in with my Tartelette palette, and I'm using the light vanilla color, and I'm just going to place that all over my lid just as a nice smooth base to start off our look. So then I'm going to go in with my 224 blending brush from MAC, and I'm using Caramel and I'm using Sienna eyeshadows from Anastasia Beverly Hills for our crease color. So I'm starting off with Caramel, and I'm just going to go ahead and do windshield wiper motions just back and forth, and I'm also just going to flick it out a little bit to create a wing-like effect. Then going in with Sienna, what I'm doing is just really focusing it on the outer corners and fading it inwards, doing the same motions that I did with the Caramel. And then I peep, my highlight is on fleek. So then I'm going with my 217 brush from MAC, and that's a nice smaller shader brush, also a blending brush, but I'm going in with the black from the Tartelette palette. And I'm really just trying to figure out where I want to place it at this point, if I wanted to really make it dramatic, but I decided I'm just gonna really steadily pack on the product, and then I'm just gonna do the exact same thing with Caramel and Sienna, flick it out and blend it, but I'm not gonna take it all the way inside my crease. I'm not gonna put it all the way into my inner corner, so we're just focusing in the middle and outwards. Now remember guys, blending is key, so you really want to blend those three colors seamlessly together. So just gotta blend it, blend for your life. Then I'm going in with caramel again in the same 224 brush from MAC, and I'm just really trying to blend the colors together. And then I'm just going in with a regular old eyeshadow brush. I got that one, I think, from BH Cosmetics. And then I failed to show you guys this, but I'm actually using an Anastasia shadow again, and it's called Metal. It's really pretty. Like, I love it by itself. But since we're doing this prom look, you know, when you go to prom, you really want to go all out. So yeah, so I'm using a more definer brush, crease definer brush, and I'm going back in with sienna, and with that brush I'm just really going to concentrate it in my crease, and we're going to build that color. Then I'm going in with my Revlon eyeshadow duo. So one side has the sparkly side, and that's the side we're going to be using. It has a brush applicator, so it's going to be really easy to apply. We're just going to apply that right on top of where we put Metal. And a heads up, you guys, since this is wet, you want to keep your eyes low and try not to blink too much, just so the lid sparkles don't transfer on your crease. And then I'm taking Soft and Gentle in a small Morphe fan brush, and I'm just going to put that on our brow bone just to make it pop a lot. Not a little bit, not a little bit more, a lot, because we're glowing for prom, you guys. We're glowing. And then I'm taking a MAC shader brush, and we're just gonna go ahead and put all of our transition colors that we put on our crease to our lower lash line. So right now I'm just starting off with sienna since it's the darkest, and then we're just gonna go ahead and just buff that in there. And then with the same brush that we did to intensify our crease, we're just going to go ahead and buff everything out just so everything, you know, looks seamless. And with that same brush, we're going to go in with caramel, and we're just going to buff everything out. And then going in with our CoverGirl eyeliner, I'm just going to go ahead and line my waterline. You guys, this is crucial. Try not to stab your eye out. Thanks. So then going back into our Tartelette palette, we're going to go ahead and use the black in that palette, and then we're going to use our smudge brush and smudge out our lower lash line. Try to get the black as close to your lash line as possible, so that when we go in with our blending brush, like so, it'll blend easier, just so it doesn't look like you have raccoon eyes. Then after that, we're going to go into our Revlon Sprinkly eyeshadow. We're going to put that in our inner tear duct just so we pop, because you know it's prom night and we got to pop. So we're going to pop. And then after you do that, you're going to go to your Anastasia Beverly Hills Metal eyeshadow, and you're just going to place that with your finger straight onto the sprinkle eyeshadow. Then I'm going in with my MAC False Lash Maximizer. It's a lash primer, so I like to prime my eyelashes first, only because I treat my eyelashes like I would do my face. You prime your face, you prime your lashes. because your lashes are your friend. You don't want them falling out because of so much mascara. Now, do we? No. I know I don't. Then going in with my L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara because it's my all-time fave. We're just gonna coat our top and lower lashes just so it brings the entire look together, because mascara just does that, you know, it does the damn thing. And I'm sorry you guys, but I applied my lashes off camera because they were being super difficult. But nonetheless, I'm going in with my MAC Soar Liner by MAC, of course, I just said that, okay. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and just line my labios. Then I'm going in with my NYX Lingerie liquid lipstick. I honestly do not know what shade that is. I will leave it in the description box below. So I was just going ahead and apply that bad boy. But in the end, I honestly didn't like how the pink was contrasting with the dramatic eyes. I felt like a nude would have definitely accomplished this a lot better. And yeah, oof, I was in the jam. But then I was like, ew, Debbie, like, what is up? Come on, Becky, get it together. So then I reached for my Kat Von D liquid lipstick and bow and arrow, and I applied that, and I loved it. But as you guys can tell, I was definitely digging the liquid lipstick. That nude one way better. And I'm just cleaning it up afterwards. But yeah, I mean, other than that, you guys, that's definitely the finished look. And thank you so much for watching. Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a like, thumbs up, subscribe. I'm gonna try to keep up with these YouTube videos way more now. If you like the look, definitely tell me. I will see you guys next time. And yeah, love, peace, all that good shit. Adios. Look. Vogue.